CEO Joe Williams and CFO Erik Lawson. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here this morning.
Good to see you guys. It's been it was a busy 2022, and you and I were just talking. It's almost February of 23.
It's hard to believe how fast time goes.
Yeah.
I guess it's true. The older you get, the faster it goes.
Oh, it's your first year as President and CEO of CNB, and Erik, you got an elevation in your duties as well.
I did. This year has been it's been a lot of change for us, and having Joe come in has really, for me, been just a boon for me and the rest of the members of senior leadership at the bank. And we really feel that 2022 was a year that is a stepping stone for us as we move to 2023 and beyond. That's really important for us as a bank, because that really, our success is the community's success, and Jackson being a big part of that.
Yeah, how important is it to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk, which you guys have historically, just constantly supporting the community, events, businesses. How important is that to your organization?
I would say it's really important. That's who we are. It's really our DNA. We are a community bank. People live in the communities in which we have offices in. Yeah. But giving back to the community, obviously if we continue to strive to make our communities better, then that benefits the bank, it benefits our employees, and it benefits the community. So honestly, it's a win-win for everybody when we all work together and collaborate together. Yeah,
we've seen you all over town all year long. You've been a big part of a number of community events, including the Art, Beer, and Wine at Ellie Sharp Museum, the Downtown Chili Fest, and much more. I get a chance to meet a lot of your people at these events, and that's really is not just setting up a tent and writing a check. Your people are actually part of the event. Yeah,
I mean, again, it's who we are. It's what we do. We want to be participating in the community. The great event last Friday in Jackson, the Martin Luther King breakfast, 500 plus people there. We had a table, but just listening to Mr. John Willis, and when he talks, he talked about if you can serve, you can lead, and that's kind of the same mantra that we take at County National Bank is if we can serve, we can lead, and that's what we want to do for all the communities that we're in.
Yeah, we see a lot of your employees around town, whether coaching sports, volunteering. I had an opportunity to judge the chili cook-off with Bob Rozak.
Bob's fantastic.
Bob and I tried all the chili. I think maybe one of you guys would maybe want to step in next year.
Oh, look, there's you.
Yeah,
well, no, that's my brother.
Well, you're taking the picture.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, why am I standing? Why am I standing like that?
Yeah.
You're trying to get good height.
Exactly. Great picture. Love the colors.
That's part of Bright Walls, I assume.
Yes,
so
that
is an amazing piece for us as well in the community.
Isn't it amazing, the events?
It's unbelievable what Jackson has done just since I've been here. It's been 5 years now since I moved here, and I've been across other parts of the country. We talk about the Jackson natives, which is important because you're born and raised here. But I chose to come here from, I lived in Massachusetts for most of my life, and then California for 16 years. So coming to the central part of the country, it's kind of just right for me, a little bit of try too hot, too cold, just right in Jackson. And the people here have really shown what a community does to develop itself. Yeah. You have hard times, there's always peaks and valleys, and Jackson went through that back in 8, 9, 10, we saw that, and the bank was here for them, and then the growth that we've had with these events. And I hope that there's something else like Bright Walls that comes out. I know they kind of reached the end of their life cycle for that, but I do hope to see something else.
They've got something up their sleeve for 2024.
Good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, now I'm curious, it sounds like you're pretty bullish on the economy, and we're hearing all of this out of the East Coast and West Coast about how we might be seeing a slight recession. How do you feel about this community and how we, financially and economically, how set are we?
Well, I think when we talk about recession, a lot of it is just technical factors. You look at a reduction in GDP for 2 quarters. That's really the technical version. When you look at it here, what your focus is mostly is on unemployment. And unemployment in this region has been relatively low. It's a little bit higher than the country in general, but relatively low. And I think when you look at unemployment being relatively low, it ends up softening any type of recessionary activities. So certainly there will be some sort of reduction. I mean, that's what the Fed's doing right now. They're raising rates, which will stop businesses, or at least inhibit businesses from doing excessive investment. And when you do that, it tends to slow down growth, and that's what they're trying to do. So it may happen that way, but I don't envision that being a significant impact on the community. And I think with the way that this community restructured itself after 09, 10, and the rest, that it's more capable of rebounding than it has been historically.
Yeah, we certainly don't see a repeat of 2008. Right. And as I've gotten out to talk to some of our great business clients here in Jackson, you know, they're still kind of full steam ahead with some major projects and everything. So we're kind of excited. Yeah, we might see some challenges, you know, as they continue to maybe raise interest rates. But for the most part, we're seeing good response from our business clients. And actually, you know, in loan committee, we've been looking at some pretty impressive deals, and we're off to a pretty good start with loan activity. So kind of that's a good sign, I think, from us and what we see with our bank clients.
Let's take a look at you guys have made some changes, made some investment. The Spring Arbor Road branch now open to service customers, and this was this the home loan center at one point? I can't remember.
I'm not sure what. It wasn't its former life.
It was a back office.
A back office, yeah.
Okay.
But now, I mean, right on Spring Arbor Road and full service. How important is it to have all this brick and mortar as a community bank? As you see, you see large national banks kind of pull out of the brick and mortar, right?
And for us, that has really been the key to the growth. Is being able to. We want to stay in the community. We don't look at our branch network as a profit and loss center. It's really the ability to touch the community at those locations. So when we open up branches, we're really trying to provide the community with more access to us and access to the banking. So changing our branch network in Jackson is still something that we're evolving on. We're still looking to enhance that network in the Jackson area. We want to make sure that we're covering all aspects. So for us, that type of growth is still very much part of what we're looking to do over the next year to 5 to 10 years.
It's another place where your customers get to know your people.
We want to make it convenient for people to bank with us, and again, walking the talk. So we're not just presenting a check somewhere, but we're actually investing in the community with bricks and mortar, with joining service clubs, being active to try to help improve our community. So again, I think it comes back to your original comment is we're trying to walk the talk.
I think one of the most exciting things you guys get to do is carry around those giant checks and hand them out. And a couple weeks ago, you were at Spring Arbor University with, wow, what a giant check this is. Tell us about Spring Arbor University and why this donation was so important to CNB.
Well, they've been a great partner with the bank over the years. Way before I joined the organization, but Brent and his leadership there, they've done a really great job. I've met a lot of great people there. I know the volleyball coach. She coached my daughter in high school her senior year. Just a great staff. And when you start looking at their core values, what they stand for, they really match up and align with County National Bank's core values. So when we see organizations or individuals that align with our core values, collaboration and partnership makes sense. And so we love everything that they're doing out there. They've been a good partner. They're customers of the bank, but we see them not just as customers, but we see them as friends of the bank. And they're trying to do the same thing that we're doing, which is try to improve our community, trying to help lift people up, through their education program. So that's why we think it's a great partnership, and we're happy to invest in them.
Yeah, it's also a pipeline to employment.
Absolutely. Yeah, talent certainly is a challenge these days. So, I think in 2022, we probably average anywhere between 15 and 22 open positions. And typically it's 10 or less. So, finding talent is a challenge across the state, across the community. So, opens up a great door to find that talent with Spring Arbor University.
Yeah, and I think we've seen the growth at CMB and a number of promotions in the last year, and I know you have a new Jackson branch manager just announced this week. So there's opportunities. People are looking to grow. There's openings right now at CMB.
I think, you know, I think our core values, you know, we spent a lot of time in 2022 kind of just trying to help bring our core values more to life. When you start thinking about transparency, community, continuous improvement, you know, our whole philosophy at the bank is we want everybody to have a career path. We don't want people to have a job. We want them to have a career path, and we want them, you know, we want to come alongside our staff and help them build a career, not only just in the bank, but, you know, what are they doing to lead in the community? And then obviously family is really important to us at County National Bank. So we want to support the whole you, not just the part that works at the bank.
Well, it was great having you guys here today. Thanks for all you do for the community, and we appreciate all you do for us here as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys too. This awesome show, and great to see everybody, all your guests and everything. It's the community coming together. So thank you for making that happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bart and Andy, you do a great job for us, and it's really something that you don't see in a lot of smaller communities, and this is the type of thing we need to continue to develop. So thank you.
Thank you. The CEO and President of County National Bank, Joe Williams, and CFO, Erik Lawson. More of the morning show coming up. Stay with us.